I'm the best, I'm the best, and I got it, and I own it on my own. Get my way up, get my go, go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. I'm the best, I'm the best, and I got it, and I own it on my own. Get my way up, get my go, go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. For the park and they know I'm in prison. He wanna talk, but he not on schedule.
The onset of fall weather, certainly a welcome occurrence for folks in Silicon Valley, and we've got football on a gorgeous day here in Santa Clara as we are situated at Levi's Stadium. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Arizona Cardinals and the San Francisco 49ers. 2 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in week 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. He'll get this to about the 38.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
From the 38, Murray. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to it quickly and holding them to a short gain.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one goes for 36 yards. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What, does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And no pitch there and no chance either as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
He's got his tight end McBride on the out route. And, oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10 at their own 15. Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. Well, this defense for the Cardinals, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And when I was reviewing the stats from last week's game, I actually had to put them down and come back to them later because what I read at first, I thought it was a typo or a misprint. One thing to hold someone under 100 yards in a game, that's incredible. Under 50? Absolutely exceptional.
Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. The Niners are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Lance. Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. Jalen Thompson picks it, and the Cards are going to take possession of the football. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much. And it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
And the Cardinals are going to have it 1st and goal as he'll take this down to about the 3.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Murray now to throw. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll try to run this one in. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great effort there with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cards take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Lance to throw it. That's going to be caught by Judy. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
10 seconds. You tell him.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, 49ers. Jerry Jeudy, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the 49ers are an extra point away from evening this one up. And oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season,
they'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Play action. Now it's Murray. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. But Nick Bosa is so quick on the outside. He gets in there to bring him down. And they tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. Here's Murray. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
67 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. From the gun, Murray. Flushed out right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 26. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Murray now. And that is incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the 49ers are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Last time I looked at that Charles' defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
That's Samuel, caught left side.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
They'll run with Patterson. And he's got some space here. And he will take this all the way down to the Cardinals' 18. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. 1st down, here's Mitchell. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Ready, break.
To throw, it's Lance. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain.
Touchdown 49ers! George Kittle, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Niners have taken the lead.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
Lance going to try to throw for this. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls at work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Now this time, Murray to throw it. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. On the move past the 40. Down the left sideline. Touchdown, Cardinals. Hollywood, Marquise Brown. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Cardinals will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A two-play drive.
What did we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. They'll try and run it here. And he'll get into the end zone to push the lead up to a field goal. They go with the option on the 2-point try, and the decision to pitch it worked out.
Almost felt like basketball, didn't it? Remember the dribbler draw, drive, and dish? How about that one? Drew everyone to him, dished it to the running back. He takes it in.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with a little under a minute to go, they may try and work their way into field goal range and try to tie up this. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. Well, CD, that's a huge play by this defense in a close ball game. I think he was trying to just extend the play. They're getting outside the pocket, but he throws a costly pick 6.
Yeah, he's trying to find someone open. You're exactly right. He wasn't looking to run. He was looking to throw. The result, not good for him. They were more than happy on the defensive side to gather that one in and take it to the house.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game. But I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen.
Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Cardinals out in front. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
Lance again here on 2nd and 10. And he will find his man, Samuel. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Lance now on 1st down. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, They brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
I've got a good friend in football, always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Again, it's Lance. Now Lance throws the interception, his third. And the Cardinals are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. A gain of just 1.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Meanwhile, Murray's throw complete to McBride. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 180 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. And that's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Cards are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. And those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. Behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 15. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. He went backwards there 8 yards, and it brings up 3rd down. And a curious play call here, to say the least. Thought it might be a trick, but no, he actually goes down to a knee. And on 4th down, they come up and take the knee. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Let's go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game, and I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
Lance to throw on second down here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick 6.
I think that's a great observation, too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Forced out to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Again, they'll throw it with Lance. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd. 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down. Now a toss here, short side. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 124 yards for him on the ground now on that, his 20th carry of the ball game.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They'll get 13 yards for the second play in a row. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Murray. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That one unable to develop. Never got going. A loss of a couple. And it's second down. Here's Murray. And this one too low.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. To throw is Murray. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
No gain on the play there, second down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as
Let's go now.
2nd and 10. And Lance now to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly.
And my goodness, another interception. And the Cardinals are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. And even 150 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 2nd and 2. And now Murray's going to set up to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage. And when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired up. Really nice play getting to the ball.
He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
From the 30 on second down, Murray. And they were looking to set up the screen, but that's going to be incomplete. Almost wound up going the other way. Well covered defensively, and it'll bring up third down. To throw, it's Murray. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
Well, the connection they've had has been excellent today, but not on that snap. I think he was asking just a little too much as he extended that play, hoping for one more completion with it.
They're going for it. It's Murray. Got a man. It's McBride complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Wow, first and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
This game has been a lesson, a clinic in how to throw the football. I mean, even with a big lead, they're not turning off the engine. They're not getting off the gas at all. They plan to keep going at them, and it's working for them.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great play there. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Cardinals are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 23. The Cardinals setting out to kick this one away, and off we go. Cordero Patterson to return it, bringing it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again. They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that...
And now here is another interception. Buda Baker with a pick, and the Cards will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today. Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Here comes the Cardinals punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair.
Okay, ready?
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
Okay.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. Working from the gun, Lance. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel, 58 yards. And the 49ers get a bit closer. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the fourth quarter after that one, CD. Well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Room here to run. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them. And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Throwing on first down is Lance. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Well, this defense has been physical all game long, and it certainly looks like they're not going to back off and make things any easier. They want to keep making life miserable for the receivers all the way to the end.
To throw again on second down. Lance over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Throwing his Lance on third down. He's got a man complete. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with the clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope. No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this. I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. It's a squib kick fielded just inside the 20. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. Back to throw. Murray. This is taken in by McBride. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
I come alive in the dark, and I keep getting stronger. My limit's the sky. I do the impossible, impossible. Shine if I want to. I win every time if I want to. The world mine if I want to. Make the world mine cause I want to. I pull the sword out the border, walk the floor full of cobras. Go to war with you all, we can brawl toe to toe. I can tighten loops in my lace and make lightning lose in a race. I make fire cool and come back from the triangle and Bermuda. I can suit up, live in the Luna, working and outsmarting computers. I can outswim all the tuna, and that's without a scuba. So in the laws of nature, I'm breaking the rules. Only thing I'm bad at is being a loser. I can make time traveling a surprise. Make graveyards feel alive. Break the immortal down.
You see, it's two type of people in life. It's people that wake up and wish they had it. And it's people that wake up and go get it. We go get it, baby. Photo poor, so photogenic. All I know is to go get it. Shoot my shot, now I ain't gon' miss it. All I know is to